college, probably the best in the state. Overlooking the best view in the state. I'd like to first of all start by thanking everyone that's been involved in putting this rally together. It's local people, and the unions have got together because we've got to fight these cuts that were announced last state budget by the Liberal government. I'm the MC, and Rosie will be doing some chants in between speakers. So I want to start off by inviting Natasha Brown, who's the Assistant Secretary of the PSA, to speak. Please welcome her.
Thanks, Janet, and I would like to start by acknowledging that we're meeting on Kaurna land today and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Thank you all for coming out today to show your support to keep Port Adelaide TAFE open. I'm Natasha Brown, and I'm the Assistant General Secretary of the Public Service Association. The PSA is a union which represents a diverse range of workers here at Port Adelaide TAFE, such as program support and administrative staff who are critical to the delivery of courses, facility staff who maintain the building and assets, IT staff, and work health and safety officers. These workers are the backbone of TAFE. Our members all work at TAFE SA because they believe in an accessible, affordable, and high-quality tertiary education for all South Australians. But the Marshall government doesn't share our belief, and they want to close this campus down. When this government was elected, they promised to improve community services, not reduce them. But they have broken that promise with their very first state budget, which slashes jobs, widens inequality, privatizes, and reduces public services we all rely on. It's a shameful attack on hardworking public servants and the essential services they provide to South Australians, and will disproportionately harm the most vulnerable in our community.
Shame!
Shame! The government have announced closure of 3 thriving service SA centres, cuts to bus routes, and with 4,000 jobs to be lost in the public services, there are a large number of essential services to the community will be lost. They want to axe the vital financial counselling program, which helps families stay together and supports young people leaving care in the Department for Child Protection. They've also brought back an old privatisation agenda from the 90s with the privatisation of the Adelaide Remand Centre. And in recent weeks, the contract has been awarded to Serco, a company with a scandalous history of poor performance, including defrauding other governments. The government have their eyes set on SA pathology and SA medical imaging and have just announced a potential cut of 200 jobs in SA pathology to make it more commercially competitive and more attractive for future privatization.
Shame!
And of course, as we all know, they announced last September they want to close 7 community TAFE campuses, including here at Port Adelaide.
Shame!
Not one thing on that list is about improving services or benefiting you as a community. The government had a choice in what to fund and what not to fund in the state budget. By choosing to close Port Adelaide TAFE campus, they've sent a clear message to the people living in the western suburbs, and the message is they don't care about your future.
No.
Shame! Port Adelaide TAFE provides an essential education pathway for people who live and work in the Port Adelaide and Lefevre Peninsula and all of the western suburbs. It provides a first step into further education for young people, women, Aboriginal people, and people who've never studied before. It has links with local high schools and huge potential to link with industry development on the Lefevre Peninsula. It provides opportunity for defence industries and the newly built state government building to send their staff to the locally accessible Port Adelaide TAFE campus for management, admin, and finance courses. Removing this important community asset at a time when the area will actually require greater need for skills and qualifications defies logic. Port Adelaide is also one of few campuses that has a childcare centre which is regularly used by both students and the local community. Some courses that TAFE SA have already moved off-site have gone to campuses with no childcare, such as Regency TAFE, so this is an immediate disadvantage to people with young families in the Port Adelaide area. Port Adelaide TAFE also has specialist facilities such as the Nursing Skills Lab, which replicates actual hospital facilities. If this campus closes, people who live in the area who want to study enrolled nursing and other related courses will need to travel to Gillies Plains, Noarlunga, or Mount Barker. If you live in Outer Harbour and take public transport, imagine how long that will take. The western suburbs have had their services reduced for many years and we're fed up with it. This is yet another attack on the West, and it will mean that this critical asset and education pathway is out of reach for many in the area. The PSA does not accept this government's short-sighted decision. TAFE workers do not accept this decision. The community does not accept this decision, and you are all here today because you do not accept this decision.
Yeah.
The PSA and our members will continue to fight to ensure that accessible, affordable, and high-quality tertiary education remains for all who live in the Port Adelaide and surrounding areas, and save Port Adelaide TAFE. Thank you.